first of all, my name's Obee Rosales. Everybody knows me as Obee. And I was telling him like, hey, I'm gonna be on a podcast today, and we have this going on and everything. He's like, just be honest. Tell him that you're an entrepreneur. So I'm an entrepreneur. That's what I do, and uh, misunderstood, but also understood by all the creatives and dreamers. I think that's what I do, and this connecting with you and networking fulfills me. Making money or doing music, it's just kind of like the byproduct of first like I'm here because I saw a post. You came up on my feed, and I'm like, level up, and I saw microphones, I saw headphones, I saw padding, and I'm like, let me follow them. And then you made a post about what business would maybe benefit from what you do, and then I tagged my wife, which is Obee's Natural Juices.
Mm-hmm.
And then you contacted her, and then it came back, and I was like, hey, well, that's my wife, and now we're here. So that's what I do. I'm new in town. My year anniversary was last August 25th, and I'm happily married with my wife Jasmine and 3 kids. So we're very happy. I've been coming here for 17 years though.
You started coming to Arkansas or Russellville?
To Russellville.
What first brought you over here?
Well, when me and my wife got together, soon after her parents moved here. So she decided to stay. She did college, and she moved out, and then we were dating, and then we would come and visit her parents every year. Until last July, we came with the family. My kid's 11. I have an 8-year-old and a van and a 5-year-old. And then now we're thinking, okay, post-pandemic, LA's getting very expensive, crowded. Where do we move? Everybody's going to Texas, this and that. And we're like, you know what? There's Russellville, Nobody will bug us. Well, it's pretty cool. I love the whole family vibe here. I like it. I love it. Small town. I know that perhaps we want to grow here and opportunities, but I come from a city that has a couple million people,
Yeah.
And
I don't see us getting to that anytime soon.
yeah. And I get freaked out sometimes. Oh my God, what if it grows? But nah, I don't think it'll happen. My wife said, you're freaking out. We're totally better out here, So
yeah.
That's a little bit of me. I mean, I do have a few things, but for the most part, I guess I'm an entrepreneur and creative. Like I've done music since I was little. I played the drums since I was 7. My parents are musicians, so I became a musician and then business owner. So I kind of seen or been through it all. The good times, the bad times as a business owner. So, that's just a little bit about me.
A second ago, you asked me what my long-term goal was. Have I told you about the creator space yet?
You did. You mentioned something about if I was interested in kind of like seeing what it was all about and everything. So I was like, yeah, like I think that's great.
I actually saw that I was going through the people that had signed up on the website, and I saw your email from a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
So I was finally going through and emailing those people and asking them, hey,
Yeah.
are you still interested? I want to talk to people about it. But no, it sounds like something sounds like something a lot of people would like.
Yeah.
Really, the idea at its core is a co-working, a place to come, maybe kind of similar to the place we're in right now, right? A place with a studio, place with some equipment, place with people you can meet, network with, and create things, whether it's business, videos. Russellville doesn't have, especially if you're not a student at tech, you really don't have that access to what do you do once you're out of school? Where do you go find people that are committed to the same vision? So yeah, did you go to anything? I know LA probably has a lot of co-working spaces like WeWork. Did you ever try any of those places out?
I didn't, but it was easily accessible. Like there's meeting spaces like that. For example, Blue Roof Studios. Maybe they'll watch this. They were a client of mine. I mean, before the pandemic, it was popping. Then the pandemic happened, and thank God we survived. I survived. Like I told you, it was easily for me to move because honestly, like nobody really came to my office anymore. It was just online referrals. But anyways, that's another story. But yeah, over there, I can remember Blue Roof Studios. It's very big over there, and I think for here it's great because when I got here, I'm like, well, where are the studios? Where's the podcast, whatever. Like I was asking people, and no, everybody was like, "What is this guy talking about?" Like I was like, "Where's the local studio? I want to record a song." And they're like, "Well, I think there was one over here up the mountain on Crow this," and I'm like, "I'm new. I don't even know what you're talking about." So a long time passed, and like I said, once your feed came up, I was interested. I'm like, okay, let me see what this guy wants to do, or what I'm here now. What can I kind of bring to the table, or just be part of, you know? So like I'm excited. I'm excited.
Me too, man. I'm excited to figure it out with you and everyone else. It's kind of a similar situation I was in. I always thought I was going to move out west, for the past like 4 or 5 years, because I love it out, and haven't been as far as California, but Utah, Arizona, Colorado. But then I got married. We have a kid now, so priorities have changed. We're going to stay here.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I used to tour a lot, and we got married, had the kid, and sorry to Jaden. We had our kid and my daughter. So the last 10, 12 years has been father. I mean, before that, I was touring. I would go to Mexico for a month, but then priorities, So I understand what you're talking about. Yeah. And it's great. It's great.
Absolutely.
I have 3 lovely kids,
Absolutely. But that's when I started like looking, okay, what's going on around in Russellville? Because I've been here my whole life, but for years I was just playing video games at home most of the time. Just on the computer. I wasn't out here socializing. So then I found the Brainstorm agency where we're at here right now. Emily Young, who's the owner of this. This is like the only creative space around here. And anyways, she was doing a talk at Tech with Johnny Brazil. Have you met him yet? He owns the bike store in town, Jackalope Cycling.
No, I haven't.
But they were doing this talk at the local college Tech about entrepreneurship. And I just seen it on Facebook. I wasn't a student, but I showed up. There really weren't that many people there, unfortunately. But I had been already thinking about this co-working space idea. At the time, I was calling it the Entrepreneur Dojo, someplace you can, I don't know, just come and talk to other entrepreneurs. And Emily, I had mentioned it to her, and she really liked the idea. So then we started talking, and that's the goal, man. I don't know because you could bring your clients there. You have clients. You have a place to meet them. We can host workshops where the public can come. Say you were an expert in a particular topic. Let's just say photography, for example. You want to host a workshop, make some money, and provide value to the community. Do that. Great ways to do that. You mentioned music. There is like one studio that I know of. I don't know who owns it now, but they were actually set up with like a full-on recording studio in town.
Okay.
With like sound stage. They had like also recording rooms, big like a green screen wall where they could do a lot of cool stuff. But I mean, is that something you're wanting to expand more as you hear music?
Yeah, because sorry, somebody call him. I put on Do Not Disturb. So I've been with music my whole life, right? So at 17, 18, maybe 16, we started this band, and we started learning about music, recording, and then traveling. So all through my 20s, I was doing this. By my late 20s, I'm like, okay, I got my girlfriend. I'm going to get married. This is not really paying the bills. So I got more involved in what I have now, which is RG Print Studio, which is printing and graphic design, right? To provide and make money. But music has always been there. It's kind of like my go-to, my happy place. Like if I could do music every day and produce and music videos and stuff, that's what I love to do. It gives me like the energy, and I have passion for it. So, I've recorded a few albums, with my band, and Roca Firme, it's a Spanish rock band. And then lately I've been doing a solo project, but earlier this year, I flew back to town in January, did a song. I went back in March, did a song, and I'm like, man, that's going to get expensive. I have to. So that's why, for me, if I find a local studio, I can just continue what I'm doing. And I have the guys that help me out there. They could totally send the tracks, and I'll lay down the vocals here without me going out there and everything, leaving my family. It's more cost effective. So for sure, it's something I would want to expand and meet, and maybe just be part of. I also play the drums. So if I can find the space with a drum set, I can go 30 minutes, half an hour, an hour, just play some drums, release some steam, instead of, I don't know, doing something else, I can go play the drums, So That's something that I would be very interested in, like knowing and being part of. So
Yeah.
yeah,
There are places like that in LA where you can just go and play music at.
yeah,
What are they called? They have names?
let me see. So there's a band called No Duh. They're like No Doubt cover band, or let me see if I get.
It's actually a place right across the street from where we're at right now. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the Cavern, actually. I don't know when they do their shows, but it's just like an empty room over here, and they have like rock and indie
Okay.
bands come in and just
All right.
jam out.
Yeah, I mean, I might jump. I'm
But if
telling you, like
anyone
it's
knows who owns that, let us know or when that
yeah,
stuff goes on.
it's just funny because like most people in the Groove Work Studios, shout out to those guys. We rehearse there. My band rehearsed there whenever I'm in town, or they've been rehearsing. They're called Groove Work Studios, and they have a No Doubt cover band. But there, I mean, yeah, LA has a lot of that and everything. But here, I believe in the creative space, or whatever you decide to do. If you're like the only one, you do it good. Like it's gonna be good for you, to do it here. Because people, I believe people here they want that good thing, that good vibe. That like I love here how there's a lot of community. There's a lot of small events. The art, I think there's like the art event and then the farmers
Mm.
market. My wife, she's actually gonna have a booth, and me too, at the. It's called Hispanic Heritage Festival. I think September 30th in
Mm.
Dardanelle. And so we're gonna be there. It's like our first event pop up, and we're just gonna get to know the community. And so, I mean, I'm just excited to be part of whatever. I just feel like I've been so out of the loop for a whole year,
Mm-hmm.
because in LA I'm not out of the loop. I have friends that work for different production companies, and they're recording. I'm dropping in, hey, what's up? How's it going? And a business or whatever. And here, like I left all that for a good purpose, for my family, to start like a new life, get a home. So for me to tap into creatives here, it's like a great thing for me. So it
Mm-hmm.
makes me very happy.
Well, so over the past year, you said you've been meeting a lot of people. How you doing that? Just walking up to people saying hi.
Kind of, yeah. And I'm just, my wife's kind of like annoyed by it, because I'll talk to everybody, because I'm like, I mean, that's the only way to meet people, or to get, I give her flyer to people or at random, like at Walmart. Hey, my wife has a. If you message us, I'll give you a free sample or whatever. So that's pretty much me. I did go into a lot of businesses when I got here, through my in-laws too, just letting them know, hey, this is what I do, just trying to connect. So, and I have a cool little, um, group of numbers, 479 area codes. Mine's 424. So like, when I call, it says Beverly Hills or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they don't answer. Some people, hey, they might think you're like a spammer or whatever. I haven't changed it because it's like my main business number. But I'm thinking maybe I should get a 479 line just in case for local, because I don't know.
Yeah, there's so
But
many spam calls. So yeah.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I know several people. I'm still getting to know people. I like to network. I mean, if they, for example, if they support my business, I try to support theirs. That's kind of how I like to flow. So, um, for the most part, everybody's nice. That's the first thing I kind of liked about this place. Like when I started coming here, like people would wave at me.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the stop sign. They're like, nobody's like getting mad because you didn't go, or they're laughing at you. No, you go. No, you go. And then it's like, man, that's pretty dope, because I come from a place that you don't have that. It's like fast paced over there. Everybody got somewhere to go. Everybody's. I'm not everybody. There's a lot of great people where I come from, but for the most part, you can see it. Like everybody's kind of like headed somewhere, and they're like anxious or whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think that the vibe here is really great. Like as far as people, that's kind of what I like about this town. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that too. And we just got a grant recently to develop out some of the trails in town. So like soon you'll be able to walk all through town without a car. You can get on your
Oh,
bike, go through
nice.
the greenways and stuff. They've got that up in Bent. You've been to Bentonville very much,
Yeah, well, I
or
went
Northwest Arkansas.
to drop off my dad at the airport last week, so that's kind of like my second time, and I'm going back tomorrow. But it's nice. I see it's very open. I just been
Yeah.
close to the airport.
Okay, so if you are ever up there for an amount of time, go rent a bicycle or bring your bike. They have like tons of trails, greenways. You don't have to have a car there, to get around. kind of hear you do. We're getting better, and I'm sure in LA. Well, in LA, they probably have public transit, but still, it's all about the roads and the cars. But yeah, so I think we're kind of at the point now where I've met a lot of people because I'm also networking a lot. There's a lot of people around here that want to meet more creative people. So we're probably going to be hosting some sort of event soon. Maybe it doesn't have to be something super big, but a networking event for creatives. What would you like to see in that? What would be a good way to host that?
I guess just everybody come together and just kind of show what they're about. Because I've been kind of seeing people. A lot of people have a side hustle. They have their normal job, but they do cups, they do this, flags. So I think it'll be a great way to meet people that you didn't know were there, and it might even create business for them. So I think that would be a unique thing to have, to kind of like it's all tied in. It's all tied up in the whole melting pot of creativity. So I would love to see that, and I would like to be part of it, and just to see who's out there. Because remember me, I came and I didn't know anybody, just my in-laws, and the people I know is me reaching out. There's people that will never reach out, maybe because they're embarrassed or shy. So if they're invited to this one event where there's going to be a lot of creative, there's their opportunity to meet people and our opportunity to know that they exist.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people won't put themselves out there on Instagram every day or posting. They're just like word of mouth or whatnot. So I think that would be a great thing to do, and see what other people are here. Like cultures or whatnot. I mean, I don't even know if they have henna tattoos here. I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't seen them, but
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's kind of like making me think more. Like if we could have a small little like creator, I don't know, festival or event where,
like, show us what you're all about.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. I don't know where. I'm sure there's places we could do it.
well, they do stuff here, right on the other side of
Yeah,
that building, the
the
little.
downtown, like the little
Yeah.
stage area. Yeah, we could do it there. I don't know how to
Yeah.
get access to that. I'm sure Emily would know though. Emily's also on the city council, so
Okay, well,
yeah,
she's a person to
yeah, she's
talk
plugged
to.
into that. But yeah, so I just want to explore that idea a bit more. If we did that, and you were to come, like, what would you like to show people, and how would we do that? Would people come and just maybe have a few featured speakers and then people just meet, or how would we promote the people like you coming to it? You got any ideas?
Yeah, because it's easy to say, well, I'll put my booth, and my whole booth I can print for you, right?
But yeah, not everyone can have a booth though.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some people, great. Let's get booths in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
for
what I'm
those people
saying.
that
Like,
aren't as established.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to say, okay, well, I'll just have a booth, and like for me, it's easy because my booth represents what I can do for you, right? Table cover, the tent, T-shirts, flyers. So it just kind of speaks for itself. But like you said, not everybody is as well established like that. So I would say maybe make a like a survey or something. What would you guys like to see or learn about that day? And then depending on the people that are part of the project, then you pick those few people. Like, for example, marketing. How do I write a song, or how do I pick a title, and how to for this, and then maybe just make a small little class or something. I mean, it'll be an initial stage, right? Because you don't want to overwhelm people sometimes. Like, hey, come to this event, and there's like 5 classes, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., right? Like, I don't think people's attention span is like that right now, unless they really want to do it. They're like, that's their major, or whatever. So I would say just quick and to the point, and get the feedback from the people that are involved, and then just make it an event that people can also take part in. Like, more. I always tell, like, my wife, like, we're looking to open a place soon. For the juices. We've been looking around and everything, but in the back of my mind, it's always like, we don't just want to make juices and here you go. Like, we want to create an experience. So I think that the experience will lead people to kind of enjoy what they're buying from us. So the same with the event you're thinking about. Like, okay, They're gonna come, they're gonna experience it, and then what can they take out of it?
So how do you create an experience for like a juicery?
Um, well, first, like when they walk in, right? Like you need like you just need to feel like home. You know, you need to feel like I want to hang out here. You know, so the colors, the table, the presentation. It's there. It's a lot of work. You can't just say, "Let me open this place" and expect people to walk in. And I mean that's part of it, right? If you have good products, but yeah, I think that would. I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak for my wife because this is her baby,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say like homey, plants,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then you walk in, you walk, you make your way to the counter, and somebody's there smiling. Like it's all part of it. So I think that's what I mean as far as experience, because they won't just like, hey, check out. I went to buy this juice and it was good. It was like when I walked in, they have some nice plants, some nice vibing music.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, they made their tables out of like used crates or whatever, and it came out nice. So it's kind of like people. I think people would appreciate the time we took to make that space possible. Kind of like here, like this is awesome, bro. Like
Yeah.
walked in and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a
You know,
nice space they got here. Yeah, again, I'm very appreciative that we can use it. Um, but yeah, how long has your wife been making juices?
you know what? She's been on a journey. She's always been like a health nut and eating clean and everything. And so she's always talked about it for the longest. I want to make juices or just, especially this year, stronger because like we just got here into town, and she's like, I want to do something. So she's been doing them for about 2 months. But she's been talking about it for way longer, like kind of like reading and like which
Mm-hmm.
machine are we gonna use. And I mean, I kind of pushed her a little bit, like, hey, just do it, like, because sometimes you wait for the right moment and then it never comes, you know. And I told her, hey, I can do labels, I can, I'll make you a little flyer and just start up. Don't think like, you know, that we have to have a place and then be all successful. Just start out, pitch it to people, and so far, the community has been responding really well. Because there's like the pros and cons. Like the pros is like, okay, there's a community. The cons is like, well, nobody wants to eat drink healthy things, and everybody wants soda or whatever. But I'm like, but you never know. I mean, I see a lot of people at the gym. I see a lot of people trying to work out. Um, so the feedback's been good, but yeah, she's only been doing it for a few months, and I'm just kind of pushing her to just expand and just to not limit herself.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, shout out to Obee's Natural Juices.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like she decided to call it Obee's because they call me Obee,
Mm-hmm.
but that's on her. I told her, you sure you can call it Jazzy's or something else? She's like, no, Obee sounds like it flows. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I
So
tried the green machine, I think it's called.
yeah,
It was good.
yeah,
And as far as like people wanting to drink healthy, I mean, it's cool that you can get it delivered to. Like
yeah,
that's something that I don't know any other place around here besides like Uber Eats, DoorDash. Like
yeah,
I don't know how other people would get that, so that's nice. And it's really about the benefits. I've found like if you
yeah,
can show people the benefits of something you're selling, no matter
yeah,
what it is,
yeah,
that's what you sell. You don't sell that it's healthy. You sell, oh, this is going to make you feel good. It's going to
yeah,
make your brain sharp. It's going to make this happen. Um, yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good. I had one this morning, so I'm like, that's my health part of the day, right? But I think for her is she's like the bridge, right, between people that are like, I'm too lazy to do it myself, and I don't want to eat vegetables and fruits. So she's the bridge, right? She can make it happen for you for a service fee, right? So that's kind of where she's at. So, um, we've right now we've upgraded from cups to half gallons because I was like, hey, you do the half gallons, and people just will let them know that there's 4 cups in a half gallon. And they can just order once a week, you know.
mm-hmm.
Although we say that it's better to eat it drink it between 72 hours, like around 72 hours, so it could be fresh. But
Can you like bottle them up to where they stay fresh longer? Seal it?
You know what? I'm not sure, but we're working on that. Because then comes the whole
Sell it in stores
air,
now, you know?
yeah, like the airtight seal thing. That's kind of like probably a bigger machine or something like that. But for the most part, it's kind of like on demand, and people message us a day before, and we drop it off in the morning. So it gives them a day or two to. I mean, if it's a cup, you'll drink it. Like honestly, like I try to save it, but I'll drink it right away. So
Yeah.
when I have the
And
gallon,
mine
though,
was gone pretty fast.
when I have the half gallon, I keep it. I keep it for a few days, but it's preferred to drink it within 3 days. For the benefits and all that stuff. But we're still working on it. We're growing with it. We're learning, especially her. I'm just honestly with her project. I'm just kind of here to support, and that's kind of what we agreed on. Because I could be kind of like try to take over kind of guy. Like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. So on this thing, on this project with the juices, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna try to overstep my boundaries. Like, you need
Yeah.
something, let me know. You need stickers, okay. But I come at it as like she's the boss. Hey babe, what do you think about this? And she'll tell me yes or no. So I'm kind of waiting on her, because I could be a lot. I just have a lot of it, a lot of my mind's always like going fast.
Yeah.
So
So who's the like most interesting person or just idea? It doesn't have to be a person you've met so far as in your networking. Like what that one person out there, maybe multiple people. You're just like, wow, you know.
well, I've met so many people. Interesting. What was the question again? Like, because I'm
I don't know.
thinking
I mean, just
more hilarious, more crazy, more
well,
intense.
I guess like you know, I've met obviously a lot of for some reason I keep encountering a lot of people in the restaurant industry because that's like
Okay.
I think a really easy, not easy, but that's when you think of starting a business around here. It's something that's clear, like can work, right? If you start a food truck or a restaurant, it requires a lot of work, a lot of hustling. But obviously, a lot of people get into that as their first business or something in the service industry. Yeah, I didn't know if you had seen any cool businesses that were up and coming around here yet. I guess in that way.
Uh, I've met a few. The one that comes to mind is Amber from Next Level. I always confuse the name.
Amber is she from Russellville?
Yeah, let me see if it's next.
What did they do?
There, yeah, Next Level. She cuts hair.
Oh,
She cuts hair. So
is that where you get your haircut?
yeah, yeah, and she's just kind of very supportive. Like this juice idea, she pretty much knew before a lot of people in town. Because I would go cut my hair, and I'm like, hey, we got this idea. She's like, you should go for it. When I started, nobody would come in here, and I didn't have a lot of support. But now, like, I'm just busy every day. So she was very like, as a new person in town, she was very welcoming to me and my wife and my kids, and just kind of motivating me to like, you should do it. I know you have your print thing in LA, but you should do it here too. A lot of people need it. So I think she's a very supportive person, and she actually also motivated my wife because, when my wife would go in there, she would just tell her, you should do it. It's not going to be easy at first. So I would say, Amber from Next Level, shout out. I know she recently went back to school, so she's going to school and she's still doing her business like a few days a week. So I would say like she's had an impact in our life because like for us over here coming to Russellville, it's kind of like Loki's kind of starting again, right? We're like, where do we go? Who do we meet? So I would say, yeah, Next Level. And they're over there. I think it's called Happy Town Mall. Happy something. Or maybe that's the store at the corner.
Funky Town?
Funky Town.
Yeah. Funky Town. So they're inside of that.
Yeah, that complex. She's like,
okay.
I guess they have vintage stuff right in the corner, and then she's more this way towards the end, where Rubio Taxes. And I also know her. She's been very supportive. Shout out to Rubio Taxes. So, I mean, I guess I have met a few people too. A lot of construction companies that I've been meeting because we're building a house. So I started calling people. I saw people making a roof. I stopped. Hey, can I get your business card? And hey, I do printing. Blah blah. So
Where's your like? How does the printing company work?
so it's based in LA, right? So everything. Honestly, here I didn't really start pushing it until maybe last March, because my kids' baseball team needed uniforms. So I was like, okay, let me figure out how to get them. So I talked to the right people. I opened some contracts and accounts, and so I made it possible. So little by little, I've been getting known here. But I guess for the last 2 months, I've been doing it. But the way it is it just gets printed out there and it gets shipped over here for right now.
Mm.
You know, so it's just the shipping part. But other than that, and right now it's shipping, everything's fast. You know, within 2 to 3 days we have something in town. So uh, I guess it's all here. You know, to the computer or with my designer, and we create a marketing pack, and or if they have an idea, we just recreate it. And honestly, I don't think it's as professionally as you, but I mean, we make it happen. You know.
So like okay, printing. You know, when I hear that, I mean, I know you do jerseys, but like, what
Yeah.
all do you print? Is it anything and everything, like cups,
So
business
I
cards?
try to stay within the t-shirt screen printing and hoodies
Okay.
and uniforms, right, for schools. That's kind of what I'm big at.
Was this one of yours?
Yeah, this is actually a direct to garment process. So it's kind of like, when people want to get a shirt, and but there's minimums, right? You got
Mm.
to get 2 dozens or whatever. So a lot of people are, okay. So direct to garment, or now direct to film, kind of like makes it where if somebody comes and they're like, "Hey, I want one large, one small, and two t-shirts and this," like just random pieces. Now I can kind of service the smaller orders,
Mm-hmm.
so then I'll just tell you how much it is, and then you'll wait like maybe a week and a half, and then I'll have them ready. So this allows for us not to do setups because the machine's printing it directly.
Is that not preferable? Because I mean,
Uh,
wouldn't you like that more than like what are the different types of printing?
so screen printing, right? So you
That's
have setups,
okay.
the screen, and you push the screen through either manually or with machines. That's kind of like the process that's more for high volume. Uh, Direct to film and direct to garment comes in for the one offs.
Mm.
So direct to garment, honestly, was for me it was really bad. Like I don't, because it was scratch off, crack. But now they have these big machines that print really good, and this, I mean, it'll last. Like right now, it's really good. This kind of printing, and the newest form of printing is direct to film, which a digital machine prints everything on a film, on a transfer, and then it has glue in the back, and then you just heat press it. So it's not vinyl; it's not gonna peel off. Once you heat press it, it'll become part of the garment.
Mm.
So I mean, and then this is
How old is that one?
I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months.
Okay,
And
holding
I
up
haven't
pretty good.
really used it because the summer's been hot. So I told
Yeah.
you I pulled this out today because it was raining, and I'm like, it's hoodie time. I'm a hoodie guy, so I'm like, I'm gonna wear it. But this is actually the lyrics to one of my songs, and then the name of the song is called "Me Siento Especial," but I just put especial, which means special. So we put that song out, and then I made some gear. So I
There you
made
go.
this. This is made too. This is a brand that I have that we've been sitting on. It's called Created. I mean, my wife believed that everybody was created with something special. And so when they get our brand, we hope that they just think of what they were created for. And it could be anything, right? Being a good husband, a good friend, collaborating, whatever. So it's kind of like it could have a lot of meanings, but it comes from we were all created uh, with purpose. So, but anyways, I'm wearing what I print and make. So,
Nice. Do you
um,
do a lot of hats as well?
yeah, I do hats. Yeah, yeah. And along the way, I've partnered up with different other companies that help me supply um, my clients. So I'm kind of like, I would say I'm the middle guy. I don't try to do everything. If I do, I'm gonna be stressed out. I used to print a lot myself, and it didn't go good. So uh, once I moved out here, I kind of delegated a lot of those things to other guys that help me. So shout out to Ralph, Caesar, my mom. She helps me. and other people. So, so that's them helping me, and all the clients that I have. Thank you, that allows me to just to kind of have the time to kind of drop off my kids at school and pick them up. You know, I mean, I don't have all this money, but I have the freedom, and that's kind of what I cherish. While my kids are young, once they get interested in something else, they're not gonna want to hang out with me. Then I'll probably, you know, then I could work more or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have that like in my head, because sometimes there's parents that they'll work all day, right? Because they want to provide and everything. That's great, but I think your kids, they won't remember that. They'll remember that you weren't there, or you didn't show up to the basketball practice, etc. So it's something that I kind of deal with, because I can go 12, 16 hours on the computer, and calls and this and that. But uh, right now, I would say for me, now that they're back at school, my anytime from 6 a.m. to 2:30, it's me time. I do whatever I gotta do, entrepreneur, and then after 2:30 to 3, I go and pick them up, and I'm there. We have practice at 6, so that's pretty much my day.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's cool. So I can't complain.
That's something I've been thinking about recently too. Is because I think it's important to always ask yourself when it comes to anything. Like, think why you're doing the things you're doing. Like, why am I running a business? Is this a good decision?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that's been on my mind, is like, how much focus do I put into the business? Because I can also just spend all day working and just get lost into it. Yeah, it's something to think about. For the people that are just now coming up, wanting to start their first business, get into entrepreneurship, do you have anything to say to them?
You know what? A long time ago, somebody told me, if you have vision, let that be like the root of it. Like, what's your vision? Because if you know what you're doing it for and the purpose, then the money will come. So I don't, I don't wake up every day like how much money I'm gonna make. I wake up, how can I find solutions for people? That's what I do. So I'm thinking of that. Okay, this lady, she went to this app and she created a logo, but she's not happy with it. How can I help her fulfill what she sees in her mind? So that's kind of like what I would say: vision and what your purpose is,
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be fine. If you provide solutions for people, you'll be fine. You'll always have work. So I would say him to just, once they narrow that down, then get ready for the ride, because it's not gonna be easy. Like, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, and you're gonna have all this freedom and all this money. No, like, it's gonna be hard. Like, you got to be ready to like go in the trenches and like work at it. Like nothing's easy, but then you'll get the reward. If your service is good, and your mind is right, and your purpose, like, people will look for you. And the doors and the opportunities will come, but you have to go get it. Like, it's already been there. Like, I have faith, right? I'm a person of faith. So everything has always been there. You just have to step into it. And sometimes God is giving you that idea and you don't act on it, and then you see someone doing it, is because I don't think God is waiting on us. He's just like, okay, I was flowing that to you, but you didn't act, so now it's going. That's why sometimes we're like, oh man, I had that idea 2 years ago. So like, that's kind of how I think. So now I have this urgency to kind of like for example, you were telling me like I can probably be the connection between art and the Hispanic community, right? So and you confirmed it, because I was like, man, like I can provide this service to our people, that they might not be able to connect, maybe because of the language or whatever. And so I feel like here locally, that might be one of my purposes, just create something for businesses or people that maybe they just don't know how to express it or find a way. Maybe I can be that little bridge and help them with their businesses or their image. But hey, I don't know at all. I'm always willing to learn, bro. Even partnering with you, hey, bro, I got this company. What do you think we should do? So, So, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, there were several things I was going to say, but the last point you brought up with the Hispanic community, definitely, man, because like just whether it's a Spanish-speaking podcast about local events, local community, or business, or kind of what I remember what else I wanted to ask you. Remind me to talk to you about pricing, but in a second. Okay. Yeah, just like I told you the other day, I walked into Old Bank with a website that we redesigned for them. And we did it because I struggle to put into words what Level Up Russellville is sometimes because I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
But it's definitely about helping the community, right? Yeah. Like I took this class. We have something in Arkansas called East Lab. It's all about STEM, technology, and community. So that's kind of like what I'm inspired by. So we went in there and, showed him the website. He really liked it. So we're going to somehow help him get that set up. He asked me, let's tie this into the pricing question. He asked me, how much are you going to charge me? And I was like, on one hand, it's like, he said he had to pay for it. He wasn't going to accept it just for nothing. But I really don't know how to answer that sometimes. Yeah. Like, how do you price yourself? Okay, so you're not doing it for the money. You're not just chasing money. But then you come to the point where you have to
make a profit.
You have to say a price.
Yeah.
As a creative person especially, how do you price yourself?
So that's a good question. So, for example, right now we've been doing like a lot of freebies too, right? Because I'm like, this is worth $350, but we're gonna give you a marketing pack because we want to get known in town. So they're like, okay. So I guess there comes a time where like it tugs at you. If you feel good about it, giving it for free, you're fine. But if you feel like I got some bills, whatever, then you should, you're worth whatever you want to price it. Me, I always look around, see what the fair market value is, and if I can, I'll go a little bit under so they can know I'm giving them a good deal. But on some things I can mark it up 50%, on some things 100, sometimes maybe just 20%. Because if I mark it up too much, they're gonna get a shirt that everybody's selling for 15, and I'm gonna sell it for 25. I don't want them to come one time. I want them to keep coming. So I go, okay, these are worth 15. Okay, I'll go down to 15, maybe 14. That way I know they're gonna Google. Everybody Googles, right? Plus tax, right? Then at least I was at 14, and then plus the tax, and then. Yeah. So that's kind of how, I don't know if I'm answering the question correctly, but it all comes down to at one point like what you're worth. Like I have people that walk away from me, not here but out in LA, that because when I started I was charging them maybe $6-7 a shirt, but now they're like, oh my god, 13, 14. I mean, they're not taking into consideration we had a pandemic, the cotton went up, now I don't just do it myself. Now I have a team. They don't know that, but they're not willing to pay for what I'm selling to them now. But that's okay. Like,
yeah,
that's okay. I mean, sometimes I do kind of like, hey, just because you can't pay my price doesn't mean you have to tell me all these things, like. But that's kind of how I price it. I always we do some research, make sure that, because what I want to create is returning customers, and I don't want to take advantage of one. I'm not gonna get rich off of one person.
100%.
So I kind of like, okay, sometimes they're like, how much is it? And I don't have a lot of money, whatever. And I'm like, okay, so what's your budget? Yeah. When I know what their budget is, and I'm okay, technically I can work with this, or actually I can work with it, but I'll give you this. Because I mean, let's say if they had $500, I can't do 500 shirts,
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're probably going to get maybe less than 50 with whatever setup or whatever, and that's still giving you a good deal, so that's kind of how we price it. And sometimes I wish I had like one of those websites that's just kind of automated, right? 2 dozen is this, 3 dozen of shirts is this, and with colors and all this stuff. But maybe if there's a way, now that I know you, maybe I can have a side to that. Because a lady just asked me, because I sent her an online catalog, and she's like, hey, there's no pricing. Is this website yours? Can I check the prices? So that she's not interested in having that communication with me, like kind of like, okay, what are your needs? What shirt do you want? Okay, if we add a logo, if this is the cost. I think she just wants to see like Amazon, right?
Yeah.
But right now my business isn't like that. And I was talking to my designer today, like, hey, we're more of a engaging kind of service. Like, we'll get on Zoom and we'll show them some drafts. So it's a little bit more, I would say, quality service, but it's service maybe that we're not getting paid for, right? Because we're kind of taking the time to sit down with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like a t-shirt brand that people like and they just go click, 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 buy, 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 and you're making money and you don't even know anyone. They just like the brand, which is kind of what I want this to be, because I could be asleep on Saturday and on Monday I have 50 orders to ship out.
Yeah, like a direct consumer brand, right?
Yeah.
D2C, 100%.
So I'm not close to that idea, but I would have to figure out how to do it, because then I think that'll be a whole new company in itself. Like when you can just go to my website and order 25 shirts, upload the design, and now we have to fulfill it. Like that'll be a whole nother.
Yeah, so I mean, the way that you would do that, because we're actually working with a hat company right now. They're a local hat company called Mount Zion Hat Company. They have like hundreds of just designs. They go around to trade shows in Arkansas. So we've been setting them up on Shopify.
Okay.
So have you heard of Shopify?
Yeah, I have one that I pay every month, and I haven't sold anything, but I'm there. I'm already there.
Yeah, so you get all your products on there, and then you got to get people to the store. That's the next part. That's so like with this company, I undervalued the cost it would, like to set them up on Shopify. I told them one price, which was pretty low, because I was more interested in working with him long term to make videos and content to promote it and have a long term customer that I can add value to. Which brings me to the way I try to price myself, which is how much value does this thing bring to you? Yeah. So like when the old bank said how much for the website, didn't really have an idea, because that's usually how I price it. Because I run a business that's very much like, what we do is designed to make you more money probably, or generate more leads, or like have a result. So I take a lot of time to try to understand the business that I get involved with. Like, okay, what are their profit margins? How do they currently generate sales? Is this website or is this video, how would this potentially impact them? Yeah. Those kind of things. But I got to get better at it. I almost, as I was setting up my own Agents Level Up Russellville's website the other day, I had it on the page like set pricing. Where it was like $1,000 for this, $2,000 for that. And then I took it off. I was like, you know what? Just added a button to book a call, because it really, like, it's hard to say, because if that may scare away someone who doesn't have that money right now but has a great idea, or it may like misrepresent something, and I don't know.
Yeah, I totally understand you, because I've had a website that looked like a shopping cart, and I had T-shirts, banners, and then I switched back to kind of contact me, because I feel that there is the e-commerce, which I really like, but for me it depends what it is. For example, if it's my created brand, then I can see it on Shopify and put videos out, some quality pictures, and just, people will go and purchase it because of what it stands for and let's say the hype we do around it, right? But for my printing, I can totally go with the same thing, but what I see is kind of like, which your dilemma is like, do I want to put pricing on this or just a contact page and see what their needs are, and then then it becomes like a custom work, kind of like the contractors. They can't really make a page and which house do you want? Click on this one. No, it's like every job is specific.
Yeah. Like, where's the house going to be at? If they have to drive 3 hours that way, it's going to be a little bit more. If it's right there, then.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, and they want a jacuzzi. Like it's very specific. So I believe, and I'm answering my own question, is I think that my business is set up based on the customer's needs. For example, right now we're working on a school's account, and it's going to be different schools. So that's going to help us see what their needs are, and if having a automated system work, or just kind of go based on, we need PE uniforms, or we need varsity jackets, or we need hats. So it's kind of like, for us, it'll be like on an account basis, and we'll be busy. I mean, it's just, I'm sure you've heard this, but like the money's out there, you just have to go get it, So we have to knock on doors. Like that's what me and my team are working on right now. Like, let's go knock on next week. We're like Monday, we start calling all these schools. you know,
Yeah.
and then we'll just take it an account at a time. Because honestly, we're here to serve people. We're here to make their printing needs come true, you know. And if we can't do it, we won't do it. If we can, then we'll do it, and then we'll let them know, like, hey, this is
Can
what
you
it
make
costs.
some level up Russellville merch once we get to that point?
Yeah, I can do it. Honestly, me, with I can design, but I'm sure you're a better designer. So as long as you provide the logos
Oh, we've got the logos
and
already.
then
I just
I
mean
could
like
get
the
it on stuff.
physical.
Yeah, I can make hats.
How much could I make? I mean, okay, so merch as a business owner, right? Like, is it something I'm adding? I've never sold merch before.
Yeah.
Is it something I'm adding to my business to build awareness, to market, or is it like something that's actually going to bring me profit? You know, with the
Uh,
clients you work with.
so I do have people that just get gear just because for the organization tour. Like there's a radio station. Okay, we have time. That's gonna pick up polos today back in LA and about 100 hats, and I believe they're gonna sell them. But they also want to do awareness of the radio station. So we were like, okay, well, if you're gonna sell them, it has to be something that people want to wear, right? You can't just slap your logo on it and expect people to wear it. So the hats have to be cool. The logo has to be kind of like look good on it. And their age group is kind of maybe 40s and 50s, maybe 60s. So it couldn't be a hat that was very like this, like big old. It was just like a fish logo and then the initials. So for them, it'll be like they'll be able to sell something that people like, but also when people are wearing it, they're able to kind of like maybe start a conversation. Hey, what is that? Oh, that's radio. This, you know. Um, so I would say for you, definitely get stuff like hats or shirts, sweaters, because in the winter you're gonna wear your sweater. Honestly, your logo is pretty sick. It's really nice. I was like, dang, that's a cool logo.
Shout
So
out to Emily Young who
yeah,
made it.
Emily, that's like, whoa, that's I was like, man, that's a sick logo. So if you had some sweaters, level up. Remember, these next few months, this Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you wear it, it's gonna start conversations and maybe network more. So maybe get some, not maybe for selling right now, but to kind of just, it's a way of marketing, right?
Yeah.
You know, like just getting it out there. So that's what I would do now. Once you have your own creative space and everything, and then suddenly on the corner you have your own little merch corner, and people come in, then maybe it could be a good money maker, maybe not. But people who really appreciate what you do, they won't have a problem picking a $30 hat or a $40 hoodie, you know. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts on that.
Well, yeah, I think you're right on the money there. So yeah, Obie, thank you for coming on. I think you probably have some. Probably go
No,
meet
I
your
was
kids.
just checking. You know,
I don't even know what time it is.
It's 4:37, but I mean, this is a powerful tool, man. Like I just checked because they're gonna call me any minute to pick up some polos and hats.
Oh,
So
yeah?
as soon as that happens, my driver, which is my mom, she's gonna go and meet up and go deliver
In
it.
LA.
Yeah, in LA. So,
Oh yeah.
so that's kind of how I like the little strings. I don't know, but no, I don't have any. I mean, we're just gonna go home after this and just hang out for a little bit. Um, but I appreciate you just opening your doors for me to come in here. Like I feel very happy just connecting with you and see what else the rest of this year has for us. You know, it's definitely not easy, but we always live with a thankful heart. You know, when we're lacking on certain things, me and my family, our prayer is always like, you know, focusing on the good that we have. You know, we have health, we have a roof over our head, we have vehicles we can use to get to the places we need to get. We paid our bills and we ate. So, you know, after that, then, you know, everything else is easy, you know, so
It's a
that's
good
kind of,
outlook, man. I like it.
yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, with the social media nowadays, right? You're like, nowadays, like, you see other people flaunting and everything, and it can get to you, and why do they get to travel and all this stuff? But, I mean, everybody is in their season, you know? So we just kind of live like a day at a time and then just enjoy each other. I mean, we might not have it all, but we have the priceless moments. You know, like right now, me being an assistant coach with Brandon. Shout out, Brandon Bush. and then just being there with the 12 kids. Like, I'm not just the coach and let's win. It's kind of like, what can uh, how can I be around these kids and be a good example? So I'm enjoying that right now, with my son, and that's like a priceless thing. I'm not getting paid for it. Well, kind of, because I did the uniforms, but you know what I mean, right? So
Yeah,
it's
that's on the side.
yeah, it's just kind of like the what is it, like I'm not gonna try to think about that word. I hate when that happens, like a word that goes in there, but I can't
Yeah, can't think of it.
can't think
Just
of it.
for
But
it's the experience, right?
yeah,
The
it's
time
just
you get to spend with you.
yeah, yeah. With my son, my wife, she plays the walk up music. My daughters are excited to go and cheer for their brothers. So so that's kind of like what we work on, because if we focus on what we lack or what we don't have, it's kind of like it becomes toxic. And there's no, it's even biblical. Like, we should be thinking about the good things, love, peace, joy, harmony. It's hard. Yeah, it's super hard, because we go to the negative, the toxic. But if you make a good habit of it, you'll be okay. And I don't have it all together,
Yeah,
man. I have my bad days too, but
I
uh,
recommend. There's this app I use, not on my phone, but on the computer. It eradicates your newsfeed. It's called Newsfeed Eradicator, and it will
okay,
just like when you go on Facebook, you can use it, but you don't see any posts.
okay.
So I have that like on Facebook and Instagram, and I don't have it on my phone just because like I'll find myself
Yeah,
reels, man, shorts. They're designed
yeah,
to addict you, which is ironic because we're making some of them right now
yeah, yeah.
to
But at
further
least we're
some
doing something
local.
positive.
Yeah, that's
That
the
we're
goal.
like the game changers. We're like the trout. We're going against the current. The current is just like, shaking this and cars and like somebody falling off something, but this is different. But I always say that, although I would like numbers, I would like 1,000, million, whatever, right? But I also believe in quality over quantity. There might be that one person that they see this post and they're the ones that are going to change the world or start something that's going to help people. So, it's good that we're putting it out there. And, if they come across it and it helps them, then at least like we did our job, you know? So, so I'm cool with it,
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to wrap up the podcast. Unless you have any other topic you want to hit on.
No, I pretty much said everything I had to say. I mean, there's more. I mean, I have my music side and everything, but that's probably gonna that. I mean,
It can be a future episode. Yeah.
future episode.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see me here often. I don't know. If Tal wants to have me, then I'll come back.
Yeah. Or maybe you start your own podcast. Who knows?
Maybe. How do you say level up in Spanish? That's a hard one, man. Level up.
I don't know.
But there's a lot of words in Spanish that we say that in English they sound stupid. Like one of them is no hay pedo, which means no problem, but pedo means fart. So imagine no fart. Like, if you bump
Yeah.
into somebody, hey, no fart. It's kind of like what? But in Spanish, no hay pedo means like
Means no
no
problem.
problem. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Have you just always been bilingual from an early age?
you know what?
What did you learn first?
Spanish, because my parents got here in 1980. I was born in 81. Yes, I'm old. Sorry. Uh, and by 86, I started first grade, and I remember going into kindergarten, and I was like, "What the heck are we speaking here?" Right? So, my mom, they're just, "Hey, ten cuidado, have a good day." And I'm like, okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pledge allegiance to the flag. I was like, what is going on here? And so, but I mean, I picked it up fast. I was 5. And so by the time I was 15, my Spanish was really bad and my English was really good. But I started loving music. At 7 years old, I started playing the drums at church. Then as a teenager, I started playing the bass. And then by my 16, 17 year, I was like, I want to have a rock band, you know? But I was Christian. I'm still Christian, but I'm like, okay, but I want to sing music that's positive, that brings life to people. Um, so I never found a singer, so I started singing in Spanish. So that's where my Spanish started getting better because I was like, okay, I can sing in English, but I want something that could connect with my people and my background. So I started writing in Spanish. It was really hard at first.
Are you
I
fluent in Spanish now? Would you consider yourself
Yes,
fluent?
I would say so. Like really, yeah, I would say so. But it wasn't like it was taught at home because I got exposure traveling to Mexico and Peru and different places and meeting a lot of people that actually speak Spanish good. Like it rubbed off on me.
Yeah. How do I learn? Because that's something I've been wanting to do, but I
Maybe
always find
write Spanish
myself
music.
struggling. Duolingo, stuff like that. It's so
So to me, look, for example,
so hard.
like
It's rough.
for example, I rather go play basketball, hiking, or riding the bike than doing jumping jacks or getting on the treadmill. So I would say find something that's fun for you in Spanish, right? Maybe playing a game. Let's translate this news right now. What are they saying? Or like me, I started writing Spanish in Spanish. Started reading it. I would watch a lot of news in Spanish, and my mom used to watch soap operas, or at least it was on. I don't know. She's gonna be like, no, no, that wasn't me. So I would be listening. Like Cristina, Cristina was like the Oprah of Latin America. So I would watch Don Francisco, which was like kind of like the late night show for Latinos, like a 5 hour show, like 8 to midnight. So I would watch that, and it's very comic. So I would like, okay, cool, that's funny, and I would. So I learned a lot of. I was around. I was around it a lot, but when I started speaking in Spanish in front of crowds, I didn't want to sound like there's this guy just learning Spanish, like So I kind of worked on it, like okay, I have to sound like, hey, cómo están, honestly that wasn't me. My fans are gonna be like, this guy's a poser, But uh, I had to kind of learn how to speak to them because I didn't want to be like, hola, cómo están, Obee Rosales, right? They'll be like, the heck?
That'd be me.
So I was like, hey, ¿cómo están? Vamos a rockear en esta noche. Like, which means like, hey, how's it going? We're going to rock out tonight. So,
So you
so
practice that line.
in the mirror,
Yeah.
just my uncles used to tease me, like, look at this, because they call us pochos,
What's a
which
pocho?
pocho means like you're not Mexican, you're born in America, and you don't even know Spanish. Like you're stuck in between kind of thing.
Mm.
So our own people make fun of us sometimes. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna prove to them, I'm gonna learn better Spanish than them. So, which I probably did do and write it better. But so that's kind of my experience with learning Spanish. But now my kids don't know Spanish because me and my wife speak fluent English, just English all day. So now I have to work on that. So I told my son, you know what? We can I can put you in Spanish class, or we can go to Mexico for a month. So he's like, okay, we could probably go to Mexico. So
That's what I would pick too.
yeah, but go to Mexico for a month. You'll pick up a lot of stuff. But I would say if you want to learn Spanish, pick something that it's fun for you, maybe in your family. That's if the to me if it's something fun to it, I can learn it or do it. Because honestly, with exercise, and I should be exercising more. But if you tell me hiking, bicycling, basketball, even doing some construction, like I'll do that because I'll sweat, but I'll be doing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my mind will be entertained.
Well, you're in the right place for it, man. Arkansas has got a lot going on outside.
It does, yeah.
Hiking and biking and climbing, skydiving. You can get any of it.
Yeah,
Skydiving's
I've
not
been
really
wanting to
that.
go back to Dardanelle Lake for the kayaking or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That was fun. I did it last year. I've been wanting to do it again, but with this weather, I was like, I have to go at 8 a.m. or something because
Mm.
afternoon I'm gonna get burned out there. Like I don't got time for that. I think I got a little dehydrated last week. We were working at our house, and I was mixing some cement, and I think an hour into it, I had to go get some water. My son was already like, Dad, let's go get water. I'm like, no, I can do this. And I ended up with a big headache. I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. So never again, right? Um, but yeah, man, I can keep going, bro. I'm just telling you, you can stop me.
I mean, I think it's probably a good point to wrap it up. We covered a lot. It's about to be 5, so I'm gonna go get my kid.
Yeah.
The grandparents' house. But Obee, thank you for coming on, man.
No, thank you, man. I
Great
wish
episode.
you, yeah, thank you. I wish you the best. If there's anything we can do, just count with us, man. Like me and my wife, we love to just get involved and do things. So I mean, whatever you need, just let us know.
Sounds good.
You know?
We'll definitely put together some sort of event or It'll probably be a smaller thing at first, not like a full-on event,
Yeah.
but a networking session with people.
Yeah.
I literally just met. You're not the first. You're not the first person I've spoken to today about this exact same thing. So there's people out there. There's just nothing going on to bring them all together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll do something downtown, or we'll go. The Arts Center said we could use their building. I think so.
Yeah. But just keep going, man. Keep going. Don't let nothing get in your way. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like, you know that if you have a vision, just keep going. You know what you want, and there's always going to be little road bumps. I mean, I don't know how you live your life, but at least with me, when I was starting the things that I wanted to do, there was the negativity. Like for example, with my music, there was the guy that's like, "Hey, that's not gonna go anywhere," blah blah blah. And I mean, I because of my band, I visited most of the pyramids in Mexico. You know, like they would book us, play. Hey, by the way, do you want to go see Chichen Itza? By the way, you want to see the pyramid under Mexico City? And I'm like, I wouldn't have gotten that experience if I would have listened to the negativity or people that didn't see me succeeding. So
or the self-doubt, probably.
Self-doubt also.
Yeah.
I mean, I live with it too, because I'm like, hey man, I'm in my 40s. Should I still keep doing music? But it makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If it makes you happy,
it makes me happy putting out a song and people listen to it, especially for my kids. They'll play it, and they'll be like, they play it and they don't know Spanish, but they're singing it. Oh, I miss you. And I'm like, that's right. Those are my kids singing my song, So, but yeah, man, I have that word for you. Just keep going. You got something special going on, and I see it being like a melting pot, not just for those of us that speak English, but also the Spanish community and other communities. I think it'll be great. So I appreciate you bringing in people and interviewing them and just feeling part of Russellville.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you for being on here, man.
No problem, man.
Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next week.